Hey everybody, as you may well know, us motovlogger bike reviewers can get our hands on press releases early, and it just turns out I have a press release here for the new Triumph Tiger 850 Sport. I wouldn't normally do a video like this because I'd rather just make a video on the bike when I can get my butt on the bike. But as we're in lockdown, and also because I never got to ride the 900, I thought, do you know what? I'll have a look on this on paper and see what they look like and do a video for you. I've got pictures and videos and stuff to show you. I'm not just going to read all this, word for word as they put it. I'm going to answer the questions that I would want to know. So, the new Triumph Tiger 850 Sport. 850? Wasn't the old one a 900? Yes, it was a 900, but it wasn't a 900. The old 900 was 888 cc's, and the new 850 is also 888 cc's. What they've basically done with this is they've given it its own unique tune setup of this engine, which has reduced the power in comparison. The 900 had 93.9 horsepower at 8,750 RPM and 87 newton meters of torque at 7,250 RPM. The Tiger 850 is going to have 84 brake horsepower, which is obviously about 10 less than the 900, and it's going to have 82 newton meters of torque at 6,500 RPM, opposed to the 900, which had 87 newton meters of torque at 7,250. So they've basically taken 10 brake horsepower off and 5 newton meters compared to the 900. That 82 newton meters of torque on the 850 is coming in at 6,500 RPM, not the 7,250. So it's, as they are saying, it's lower down power. It's supposed to be more manageable power, usable power. I think that is no bad thing. I particularly like smaller engine bikes, enough to do, the work of the motorway, but not so much. Rode the Tiger 1200, fantastic bike, really enjoyed it, but I would like to try something smaller and lighter, and as I said, I never got my butt on the 900, unfortunately. It was never available. However, hopefully I will get my butt on the 850. More information you will want to know, like the price. The price is £9,300, which is a very good price in their range, I believe. Okay, so let's talk about some of the sort of headline features, as it were, on this bike, the things that they want us to know about. For instance, the Brembo brakes on it. It's got twin 320mm floating discs on the front, Brembo 4-piston monoblock calipers, radial front master cylinder ABS, and on the rear it's got a single 255mm disc Brembo single piston sliding caliper ABS. Yep, so that's absolutely fine for the rear. Good set of brakes. Always like good brakes. Mizuchi upside down cartridge forks and gas pressurized preload adjustable RSU. So it's going to have some reasonable suspension. Though Mizuchi, from my knowledge, they make a lot of push bike suspension. I think they do some enduro stuff as well. So given that this bike is an adventure style and so the suspension is set up to be, reasonable off-road, it wouldn't surprise me they've gone with something like that. I don't know what Mizuchi's forks are like. People can speak for that, but that's what they are. It's got a 5-inch TFT instrument panel. Like all the Triumphs, got these lovely TFT screens on them. It's got road and rain riding modes with dedicated throttle and traction control maps for each. That's going to be very much like the Street Twin I rode a little while ago. It didn't need more than that, it's fine. All LED lighting, which is always nice, including distinctive daytime running light, and it's fitted with the slip and assist clutch you find in many Triumphs, and it's a very nice clutch for that. It's got an adjustable screen, as any adventure bike should have, ABS and switchable traction control. So it's a nicely spec bike. I'm sure it's not massively different to the old 900, but they've basically brought the power down a little bit. I think it's to fit in with some regulations and stuff, but it also means that it's very friendly for A2 because you can get the kit fitted to it. So if you're interested in an A2 bike that you can restrict and then de-restrict later down the line, yeah, it is a possibility to do that. It's using a 132 firing order, which is something I believe they did in the 900 as well. The Tiger 850 Sport also comes equipped with a 12-volt socket that allows mobile devices to be charged while riding. That is a very handy thing to have on those sorts of bikes, so I think most people either run the GPS or something like that on them if they're not wiring them in directly. Okay, I'm going to run down the specs list here and just point out the bits that I'm most interested in. So it is a liquid-cooled 12-valve, 888cc engine producing 84 brake horsepower. That's 62.5 kilowatts at 8,500 RPM. A2 restriction on this bike is giving you 47 brake horsepower, 35 kilowatts at 7,000 RPM. And the maximum torque, as I mentioned, is 82 Newton meters, or that's 60 foot-pounds at 6,500 RPM. And on the A2 restriction, you're looking at 78 Newton meters at 3,750. So the A2 is getting an absolute ton of torque low down. It's got a 3-to-1 stainless steel exhaust and a stainless steel silencer, which is good because, you know, stainless steel doesn't like rusting too much. The clutch is a wet multi-plate slip assist. As I mentioned, it's a 6-speed gearbox, running a 100 by 90 by 19 on the front and a 150 by 70 17 on the rear. 45mm Mizuchi upside-down forks, Mizuchi rear suspension unit, manual preload and adjust. Seat height is 810 to 830 millimeters. That works out to about 32-33 inches. It's obviously got some adjustment in there. Dry weight is 192 kilos. That's 423 pounds. That's quite hefty, but it's a big bike. It's nearly a 900. 20 litre fuel tank. That's 5.2 US gallons, and a fuel consumption of 55.4 miles to the gallon. That's not bad at all. The 850 is going to replace the base level 900. So I think what we've basically got here is a good all-round, and you've seen from the pictures, they've shown it in the countryside, they've shown it in the city. It's an all-rounder. I mean, they're calling it an adventure bike. I think it's more of a commuter adventure bike. You know, you can adventure on it, but you probably, if you're going on big, long journeys, you might want the 1200. Maybe not, maybe not. It's just an opinion thing. But it looks like it could be a very interesting bike, and I'm very interested to get my butt on one and bring you a review in the future. I have a feeling this bike might do quite well because its placement in the market is pretty good. You know, it's big enough to do pretty much anything you need it to. The adventure style means that it fits a lot of people, taller and shorter people. It's good for commuting, things like that, good for all conditions. You can ride it on an A2 and then de-restrict it up to when you get your full A license, or just keep it as an A2 if that's what you decide to do. Don't think I'd do that, but you know, whether it's something for you or not is down to you, but that is the information I can give you. If you want to go and find out more information, there'll be loads more available out there. I'm very interested in trying one, but I was very interested in trying the 900 as well, and next year I will definitely get to that. If you found this video interesting or useful, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and if you'd really like to help support this channel, consider joining my Patreon. Links in the description. There's quite a few benefits that come with that, and you help make this channel possible. Also, if you like this style of video, maybe I'll do more in the future if I get some press releases. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.